Okay, good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to the monthly chapter leader meeting for November 14th, 2023. My name is Billy Tony. Today I will be joined by Courtney Stiven. She is our Vice President of Global Marketing. And then should that be followed by Satish Govindapa. He is a board member from the San Francisco chapter. He's going to join and speak about some of the activities that his chapter has been involved in recently. Courtney's going to be speaking about the CCZT release and how that can benefit your chapter and how you can take advantage of that. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to Courtney at this time. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Billy, and a pleasure to join you all today. Seeing some nice familiar names up on the screen here. It's been a hot minute since I've hopped on one of these calls, so happy to be here with you today. And as Billy said, I'm going to introduce the Certificate of Competence in Zero Trust, which is the latest certificate that CSA is about to release. We'll go on to the next slide. Billy. All right, there we go. So going back up quickly just to what is the CCZT. It looks like our slides are a little bit off at the moment, but so the CCZT is, like I said, it's the third certificate that CSA has released in our near 15-year history as an organization. And this is actually the second certificate that we're releasing within a 3-year time period, which is awesome and a little bit crazy for Daniele's team. But we are very excited to get this out to market tomorrow, November 15th, is when it will become available to the public. So essentially, this Certificate of Competence in Zero Trust is based on the Zero Trust training that was developed this year and rolled out. It really is the industry's single vendor neutral certificate that delivers the knowledge needed to understand the core concepts of zero trust. So it really is focused on building your knowledge to drive the definition, implementation, and management of zero trust over time. And we can go on to the next slide. So why zero trust? Why now? Zero trust has been a very hot topic for over 2 years now. We started in about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, with the CSA Zero Trust Advancement Center, or ZTAC as we call it. And really at that point started to, look at the market and look at what was happening with zero trust and why it was, emerging as, a critical solution and strategy that most organizations should adopt. So again, that's primarily because of the rapid evolving technology, shifting towards open but untrusted infrastructure. The skills gap has been something that we've seen, year over year here continues to widen within our industry, making organizations more vulnerable to threats. And so really the need for organizations and individuals to level up their skill set and remain very agile in their approach to security best practices is more critical than ever. Zero Trust helps to address some of the security gaps from traditional security models. And then, of course, just within this year, the just extremely rapid emergence of available AI tools and really impressing upon folks how a zero trust based approach is fundamental to securing your environment with the ever evolving and rapid development of tools that are constantly being released into market now. Going on to what makes CCZT different. So how is this different from other trainings and certifications that are out in the market right now? Well, primarily, first and foremost, it's vendor neutral. So we aren't promoting a specific product, but more of an overall holistic strategy based on collective research and collective knowledge from our extensive community of volunteers and industry leaders. Also founded in best practices from Zero Trust guidance documents in authoritative sources such as NIST and CISA. Others like the DAU or DoD also had a heavy hand in helping us to develop the CCZT. And that also leads into experts driven by expert industry leaders such as John Kindervag and many, many, many others who also contributed to the development of the CCZT. I'm not going to read this quote from John Kindervag, just further showing the support and engagement from, real pioneers in this zero trust space. So who should earn their CCZT? Again, just given the scope of zero trust and the applicability, how it's essentially inevitable that it will become a requirement for organizations, means that it will become a required skill set for security professionals. So, it's not necessarily a mandate yet, but the view from CSA is that it shall be in the near future. So it is critical that folks level up their skills now, that organizations require their staff to invest in zero trust knowledge development, leveraging a certificate course such as the CCZT, so that they are prepared to start to put the building blocks in place now to really execute and implement a holistic zero trust strategy. So some benefits of earning your CCZT, of course, there's CPE credits. If you take the zero trust training course, that's 13 hours towards the CPE credit. Professional advancement, again, we've talked a little bit about gaining a competitive edge in the job market at a very critical time for our industry. There's a digital badge that you'll receive to help facilitate and showcase your knowledge, and then be a part of the authoritative sources. So CSA facilitates the integration of trusted expert sources and tools, and earning your CCZT shows that you are a part of that ecosystem. The curriculum is based on the Zero Trust training, as I mentioned, which covers 6 core areas of Zero Trust knowledge. There's foundational concepts, SDP, best practices, architecture, planning, implementation. The exam is structured somewhat similarly to the CCSK, if you're familiar with that. It's an online exam, open book. There's 60 multiple choice questions. You have 2 attempts to complete the exam. You also have your exam token is valid for 2 years from the time of purchase. The exam takes about 90 minutes, and the minimum passing score, is 80%. At this time, I won't go through all of the split of the domains and the questions, but you can kind of see just upon glance that it is a lot of focus on zero trust planning, SDP, and implementation there. To prepare for the exam, there's 3 ways to get ready for your CCZT. So depending on how you want to study and how much knowledge you're entering in to this space with, there's the independent study on your own option, where you can just download a CCZT prep kit from the CSA website that includes all of the authoritative sources, research artifacts, recommended readings, overview guides, etc., that help you prepare and study independently to then purchase the exam and take the exam. There is the self-paced online training. So that is the Zero Trust training online course that we've referenced a couple times here. That's available on CSA's Knowledge Center. There's 6 courses that you go through to complete the training. And then upon completion of the training, you take the exam. And then there's instructor-led online training. So virtual instructor led courses to get a little more direct involvement and support from a Zero Trust expert. And those courses will be published, the available courses will be published online tomorrow when we launch the exam. So the one thing to call out that's different, we'll go back up to the top there for a second, Billy, is that the comprehensive study guides that are typically included with for free with the CCSK, they're actually only included for the CCZT when you purchase an exam token. So the study guide materials are not included in the prep kit, but they are included with the purchase of an exam token. And that's regardless of how you choose to study. As soon as you purchase your exam token, those study guides are available to you. There's no prerequisites for the CCZT, but we do highly encourage folks to get their CCSK and go through the Zero Trust training course, since those are the foundational components for the body of knowledge for the CCZT. Once you're prepared to take the exam, you register for the CSA exam site. It is the same exam site as the CCSK, but it has been revamped to include the CCZT. Again, this will be live beginning tomorrow. You purchase your exam token. If you've enrolled in the training course, your exam token will already be available to you. And then you're prepared to take the exam. Again, it's open book, 90 minutes. It goes fast. It's considered a fairly difficult exam. So we are highly encouraging folks to take their time to prepare for the exam. You do get 2 test attempts, but wanting to make sure that you are prepared in advance to go through the course, to go through the exam. And then a couple of bits of tidbits for chapter specifically. So as a chapter leader, you receive a complimentary exam token. When you complete the form, you will be your interest will be sent to the support team at CSA, and they'll issue you your complimentary exam token. I will drop in the chat here. Billy will share these slides at the end of the the day-to-day along with links to the form and some other information. Oh, perfect. And he just put it in the chat here, the direct link, since you can't click through the presentation, but the direct link to the form if you'd like to submit your interest now to claim your token. Again, those tokens are valid for 2 years. So you can get your free token now, have it in your back pocket for whenever you're ready to take the exam. We are also launching an affiliate marketing program that's available to chapters for the CCZT. So essentially, we would assign you a dedicated link that you can use to promote the CCZT online trainings or online exam, excuse me, to your networks. And for every online sales that you drive, you would earn a 6% commission off of the revenue from those sales. So if anybody is interested in that, again, Billy will be providing in his follow-up materials an email that you can contact, or you can contact Billy or myself, of course, for more information about how you might participate in the program and what the details of that are. But there is an opportunity for chapters to get a 6% commission off of supporting the promotion of the CCZT. And then again, follow-up materials that Billy provides today will include a link to the promo kit for you to, again, share with your members this new certificate in your next regional meeting, socialize it online, help CSA to kind of drive visibility and awareness of this. But the promo kit includes everything from logos and social media banners to FAQs and the knowledge guide to recommended copy and other materials as well. So everything that you would need to help socialize the CCZT. And then finally, just a couple links here for you to go in to learn more. Again, this certificate will be available to market beginning tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time. There is a little bit of information out there right now, but that's when it will officially launch and be available for purchase. So you're encouraged at that time to take a look, access the resources. And if you have any questions, I am happy to hang on the line for a little bit of time here to answer. And I'll also pop my email in the chat so that you can reach out to me directly if you have any follow-up questions about the CCZT at all.
So Courtney, Adishankar, I have one question. Is it also possible to get a complimentary token for the training, Zero Trust training, which is self-paced online training? In addition,
so we don't have a complimentary token, but we can offer a chapter discount. So I can follow up. We can follow up after the call with what that looks like. But the online course does come at some of a cost. The pricing for the CCZT, let me just give that overview. Give me one quick second here to pull that out. And nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry, bear with me for one quick moment here. So if you were to purchase the exam only, and that includes the study guides, it's $175. The instructor-led, the ZTT online course bundle, which includes the exam and the study guide, is $455. So I will follow up with what a discount on that online course could look like for chapter leaders, and we'll have Billy follow up with you on that.
Okay.
Do we have any other questions for Courtney for CCZT before she has to leave?
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody's time, and I'll pop my email address in here. And if you think of any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to Billy directly, and we'll be happy to answer and support, and are looking forward to getting this certificate out there tomorrow. So appreciate everybody, and enjoy the rest of your call.
Thanks, Courtney. All right, moving on. We now have joining us Satish Govindapa. He is a board member from the San Francisco chapter, and he's going to give us some updates on what that chapter has been up to. Handing over to you, Satish.
Thanks, Billy. So good morning, everyone. I'm Satish, and chapter lead and board member of CSA SFO chapter. I'm excited to share with you some updates and insights about our chapter's recent activities and future plans. Going to agenda, I'll start covering with the board members, and then some of the hands-on session for students we have designed. And then interesting monthly meetup and talks. Some of the interesting monthly meetup and talks we have conducted. Then some of the in-person sessions we have done, contributions to the various publications in CSA, and also peer reviews as well as blogs. And finally, I'll wrap up with key learnings, takeaways, and recommendations. Next slide. So first, let's talk about our board members. Our chapter is driven by a group of dedicated volunteer security professionals. We work tirelessly to solve cloud vulnerabilities and challenges by collaborating with experts to establish best practices in cloud security. Our goal has been to build cloud security awareness at the community level and deliver education and training locally. Most of our board members are CISOs, and they carry huge experience. At the same time, it's difficult to catch hold of them, but they do take out time and then provide guidance in this regard. So it is very important to have quite often chapter meetups in order to understand each other well, and then solve some of the challenges we have. So yeah, it's important to conduct chapter meetings, in fact, within the group. So yeah, we can go to next slide, Billy. So I also wanted to share a new initiative, one of the key initiative, which has been hands-on training session for students. These sessions are designed to provide practical experience in cloud security, covering topics from cloud security basics to building securing AWS applications. So it's a comprehensive program aimed at equipping the next generation of professionals with necessary skills. In fact, this request came from one of the meetup sessions where one of the director asked us to provide some kind of training to their students. So we designed a course, and then recently, I think on November 3rd, we gave a hands-on session, free hands-on session for San Jose State University college students. This went really well, and then the director and all the students appreciated. It gave a perspective of industry connect for them, and which usually is missed during the academic sessions. Yeah, next slide, Billy. So we came up with, we designed this module. We kept it at a basic level, just 3 modules with covering basics of cloud computing, and then basics of networking, as well as basics of configuring, and finally with a small hands-on project which they need to develop during the session, where they need to build a small pet store application on AWS EC2 instance, which is more secure by following network segregation and segmentation. So this we designed this course, and then we created all the necessary presentations and even the scripts, so that even if somebody else wants to take session in different, some of the volunteers, if they want to take sessions, to cascade them, will provide them.
Oh, look like we lost Satish somehow. So
I'm back again. I don't know for what reason.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. I don't know, for some reason it got disconnected. I'm able to, you're able to hear me, Billy?
Yep, I can hear you fine. Welcome back. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. So we designed this course, and then we are also training our volunteers so that they can take the sessions in different other colleges. So next slide, Billy. I also would like to share some of the meetup sessions we conduct, and then various experiences we had. So our meetups, the recent one, we had invited Arnav. He is a high school student. We asked him to take a session, and then wanted his perspective of how he is preparing for his career in cybersecurity. So he provided what is the kind of path, educational path, and then what are the skills he is developing, extracurricular activities, and then what certification he's looking for, and then the online resources he's getting into. So we reviewed his path, and then provided him guidance, and crucial aspects of helping the students to make informed decision about their future. So we evaluated his path, and then asked him a few other things are good, and then we also provided him additional recommendations what he needs to do. So this talk was really engaging, and then had a lot of people start engaging during this activity, because and first time we saw a lot of college students and high schoolers part of this meetup. So it had a good traction, and then a good turnout. One of the so we planned we will plan such sessions, because this has got uh, more engagement. Similarly, another meetup session which had more traction was panel discussion. So the second one, enabling zero trust architecture through least privilege. So this had also very good traction and turnout. Whenever there is a discussion happening, I see um, a lot of people attending the session. So so this is also a good way to have a variation in your meetup sessions to attract more folks. So next is one more meetup which was very interesting was decoding cybersecurity resume secrets to get noticed by recruiters. So this was also a very interesting session, and had a huge turnout, mainly because it was very light on the topic, and then I see a lot of people are interested in the area where they want to get into switch to cybersecurity. So any topics related to switching to cybersecurity, more guidance over there, such kind of talks, if we try to arrange, I see a lot of engagement, people coming to the participating in the chapter meetups. We also had a AI related session, which even had the good turnout too. It was very light, and then a lot of students attended this topic. Next slide, Bill. The September 28th chapter meet, we did it was quite intensive on the technology. So we went little deep dive. It was a threat classification and exploit prediction scoring system by Patrick. What I experienced from this talk was there were few people, very less people attended this session, and for some reason I feel if it is more technical intensive, there's going to be always a challenge of people attending. So what we decided to mix and match. So one mix and match, and then most importantly, ask ask the participants who attend what kind of topic they want to they would be interested for the next session. So this practice actually improved the count too, and more importantly, the participant who ask for a particular session, they definitely make it to the meetup session. So that way it's been engaging. So we always ask during each meetup to the participant what they are looking forward in the next next meetup session. So we will take a wish list of all the topics, and then try to find a speaker who could talk on that. Or there are times when we directly ask the participant who had suggested to take the session. We also tell him that we will provide necessary guidance uh, and ideas to take the session. So we did a couple of them, and then it turned out to be really good. So that is one area I would suggest everybody to focus on to have a better engagement with the members. Next, what I observed is having a guest speaker with a huge follow-up following, right? Even those sessions are also really good, which attracts new people coming to the chapter. So we conducted on, I think, 25th May with Roland Kishun. He has a good follow-up of lot of in his LinkedIn channel. So this turned out to be really good. It was a pathway to InfoSec and cloud security. A lot of people made it to the meeting. And also we also focus on more real-time use case based demo based sessions. So we similar example for that is lessons learned from security technology in Edge on a massive scale by Maria Schmidt. So she's from NASA, as well as she has worked in Cisco, and then she delivered a talk with good demos and all. So that was really well received by everybody. So summarizing, what I feel is we need to have a mix and match in the first is we need to have a regular meetups, talk sessions, and we need to do a mix and match with intensive topics and non-intensive topics, and bringing guest speakers and conducting various more of a talk sessions, group talk sessions. So those are some of the things which makes it more interesting and then attracts more crowd. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, these are some of the snaps of our volunteers. The first one is the volunteers with Todd when he was here during CSA during RSS session, and then some of our in-person sessions we conducted. That is the right few slides. So in-person sessions are always interesting, and then it's a nice way to collaborate with the members. Next slide. So during whenever the meetup session, we have organized our meetup session into 4 sections. First section will be first 10 minutes will be we will provide more insight on CSA, what all benefits you get as part of CSA. So we ensure we talk about our working group. We always provide them details on. We open up some of these publications and then show the contributors list and people who have contributed and then who have reviewed. So we also tell them that even if you contribute, your names would be listed over here. So this has brought in a lot of people, and then in fact there has been a spike in contribution from the SFO chapter to the publications. So these are some of the publications, recent publications where the participation has been good from CSA SFO chapter. So in the top threats to cloud computing, I see a lot of comments and suggestions from the SFO chapter, as well as data loss prevention in healthcare, machine identity, cybersecurity, and IAM. So it's been a good participation from the CSA SFO team. So all these things happen unless you need to provide during the chapter meetings. These are the avenues where you can look into. In fact, after the meetups, a lot of people approach me asking there are any other various things. So I also mentioned them. You can write blogs on CSA, and there are also a few awards which they can get for good participation. So all these things are adding value to the chapter. Next is we also recommend that if you are interested in providing the talk, the video will be showcased as part of CSA YouTube channel. So that has also invited a lot of traction, and then a lot of members have come forward to provide talks. So these are some of the talks which has already been shared in our CSA YouTube channel. Next slide, please. These are the blogs. I have just posted a couple of them. There are a lot more from CSA SFO chapter. I do see a lot of people interested in publishing the blogs now. This is mainly because we started communicating them that yeah, you can write blogs and it can be published in CSA. So we need to keep on reiterating during our meetups. Talks that these are the avenues which you can explore. So that way, the communication is clear and they try to participate. I mean, they have the understanding and then they can participate. Yeah. So let me summarize whatever I discussed now with the key learnings, takeaways, and recommendations. So membership growth. Collaborate with local organization. So we started collaborating with OASP and Pacific Hackers chapter in Bay Area. So we conducted multiple in-person sessions, which was well received, and it is always good to have other members also being part of your chapter. So this also brought in a lot of new members to our chapter, and then shared events and initiatives. We also sometimes invite OASP leaders as well as the Pacific Hackers to our event, and then ask them to have a couple of sessions. So this exchange program really, it's good for membership growth. Next is guest speakers. Definitely, this is I mentioned earlier, featuring guest speakers who have good LinkedIn followers can definitely add value. So bringing such guest speakers will also improve the membership growth. Next is in terms of the membership engagement. The second box. So membership value proposition. So what is membership value proposition? So we need to keep on letting know our participants or the members that what is in for them as part of CSA. So it could be their recognition in terms of writing blogs and then showcasing on the CSA banner. So these are some of the things we always tell them, which makes a lot of members come to us and then ask various questions and then try to volunteer in various other activities. And the next is we understand their requirements too. So during the session, at the end of the session, whenever there is a meetup, and at the end of the talk, we'll ask them, what are you interested in for the next session, or what are your goals, what do you want to achieve? So these are the things, some of the things we'll ask, and then we understand their goal. We provide them a proper roadmap and then guidance as well. So of course, this is difficult. We have spread this work among our volunteers, and we assign some of them to the members who come and ask us if they need any guidance. So that is also a good way of membership engagement. And then benefits of contribution to the publication. So this, as I mentioned earlier, we reiterate them that it's you can be showcased in the white papers and the publications which are there. And then we also show the names being listed in the contributors and the presenters list and various other things. So this has also gained more traction in terms of member engagement. And develop member onboarding kit. Again, so any new member comes with, we have, if he comes through LinkedIn, we just give them a PDF with the various things they can achieve via CSA SFO chapter. So that way we try to provide as much as information. It's more important for them to know what all they can do as part of CSA. So even we try to distribute this communication in various ways. One is when they join, we'll provide this detail, and the next, whenever they attend a meetup, we'll provide the detail. So we want to ensure that they are aware what all things can be done as part of CSA. Next is strategic event planning. So we always, whenever there is a meetup, we channelize our communication through LinkedIn Meet, and we are also member for Meetup. There also will try to communicate. But what I have seen is, from my experience, the email communications are well received, and then there were certain comments that from the participants that emails are much better because they are able to save the invite as part of the calendar. That way they will get the notice. Otherwise, they will not know when the next session is. Although we have provided download links as part of LinkedIn communication as well as Meetup, I don't know, people don't know how to download and then add it as part of the as their calendar. So emails are working well. So we are trying to collect as many email IDs as possible from the participants. So that has worked for us. And then, yeah, regular and diverse. So events we'll arrange usually for different participants. We focus on high schoolers, we focus on college goers. Then there will be one session we'll focus more on people who want to get into cloud security and people who are more experienced in cloud security. So we try to do mix and match in each and every session. That way, we see there is a uniqueness, and then we see there is some level of interesting thing happening in the meetups. And complex light topics I've already discussed. Light topics are more audience. Yeah. This is another learning. Whenever there is a technically intensive topic, I see less people joining the meetups. A lighter topic has got more tractions, and then a lot of turnout. Operational, coming to the fourth box on operational challenges. Yeah, training and support. Often, lot of the universities approach us and then ask us if we could do similar kind of hands-on session. So so in order to cater to that, we have internal meetings with our volunteers, and then we are training them. In fact, we have designed one hands-on program. So we have trained some of our volunteers. So whenever there is more requests from the colleges, we'll ask some of our volunteers to go and do the sessions. That way we are able to distribute our work. Next is regularly review, update, and operational strategies. Yeah, we do review quite often any meetup session. All the volunteers and the leaders will group up, and then we'll discuss what went well, what did not go well. So that adds a lot of value. And internal chapter meetings. Coming to quality of talks. We ensure any talk thorough preparation, and we provide support. We'll at least one of the leader will be part of the prep session, and then he will see the presentation and then see if there is anything could be filled in terms of visual appearance, as well as we always ask presentations to have demos, include demos. That way it makes the talk more interesting. And most importantly, we select the topics that resonate with the interest and needs of the audience. So as I mentioned earlier, we always ask during the end of the session what they want, participants what they want. We give more importance for the participants who attend that particular meetup. So we'll ask them what are you looking for the next session, and then we'll ensure we have the topic as part of the next session. So yeah, this has also helped us in a long way. Next is effective communication feedback. During all the sessions, we take the feedback, we'll make a note of it, and then try to improvise accordingly. So yeah, that's it pretty much what we do as part of CSA SFO chapter. Next slide, Billy. There are a few links which related to CSA SFO blogs and talks we have done. So that's it from my side. If you have any question, I'm happy to answer.
All right. Do we have any questions for Satish?
Yeah, hey Satish. This is Darren Weiner, the president of the CSA Colorado chapter. Appreciate you sharing this information. This is great. I'm curious, it sounds like, it looks like most of your meetups are virtual through Zoom, but you did touch on the fact that you also do in person. Can you talk a little about that?
Yes. So in-person sessions we have conducted, and recently one of the in-person session is a hands-on session with San Jose State University, where we delivered a cloud security session. It was arranged for 2 hours. A lot of college students participated. I mean, which both the organizers as well as the college students liked it really well. So what we have done is we have standardized this process, and then are training to our volunteers too, so that in fact from the same college we have multiple requests to conduct similar such sessions, so we continue doing that. Apart from that, we had collaborated with OWASP and Pacific Hackers for one of the in-person session. We conducted it for it was for a entire day session. We organized it on a weekend, Saturday morning till evening. It started at I think 9, and it was there up to 5. So we split between us 2 hours each chapter. So that was also came out really well. And then yeah, these are some of the in-person sessions where we found it very interesting, and then a lot of people are attending.
Well, thanks. And then just one follow-up. Does your chapter do anything by way of sponsorships?
No, not much on sponsorships for now. We are just focusing on the right content and then providing everything as to the community. So yeah, not much on sponsorship right now.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks again.
Do you have any other questions for Satish? All right. Well, thank you, Satish, for giving us a great overview of what the San Francisco chapter has been up to. As you can see, that their chapter is very active, and they have a really big variety of things that they're involved in, and they're very successful. So they're a great model to copy if you would like to have similar success in your chapter. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on. Okay, ZSA Zero Trust Summit is coming up, starts tomorrow. It lasts for 2 days. We're going to have George Feeney. He's the CEO of the Well Aware Security and author of Project Zero Trust, Well Aware Security. Dr. Chase Cunningham, the Vice President of Security Market Research, G2. And John Kindervag, he's the creator of Zero Trust, Chief Evangelist at Illumio. So please check that out. It's going to be a virtual event. Some of the upcoming chapter events that we have, we do have CSA Nashville Chapter Reindeer Games. That's on November 13th. Don't Trust Your Inbox. It's coming up on November 16th. Cloud Security Compliance Networking Event number 2, November 29th. That's going to be in Amsterdam. CSA Bangalore Annual Summit 2023, December 13th in Bangalore. We do have Shankar with us. He's from the Triangle Chapter. Shankar, if you'd like to say a quick few words about the event coming up later this week.
Sure. So we have monthly meetup sessions where one of the either members or sponsors come and present on a particular topic which matches or aligns with CSA focus areas like cloud security and Zero Trust. This time, which is like, on Thursday, we have Cloudflare, who is one of our sponsors, coming to and presenting on email security, basically using the Zero Trust principles. So basically, as all of you know, that most of the email security revolves around phishing and business email compromise, BECs, right? So Cloudflare, among other products, they have an email security product or solution. We, Red Hat, is a big customer of Cloudflare, but not on the email security. That's on cloud stuff. That's different. But this week's session is about how phishing attacks use trust and business logic as attack techniques, and how it's used for evaluating zero trust and anti-phishing solutions, and how zero trust principles can be extended to email. That's the concept that Cloudflare proposed to present to our chapter members. So it's the content is being tuned to make sure that it's not a sales pitch. We always work with each of the sponsors to make sure that it's not used as a sales pitch or marketing pitch, even though they are sponsors and they pay to get up there, talk to us, or present to the members. So we are working right now to giving the final touches to the slide deck so that it doesn't look salesy. Any questions?
Great, thank you, Shankar. Sorry for throwing you on the spot there. If the national chapter leaders are present, you can give a word about your Reindeer Games event really quickly as well. Are you here? Okay, moving on. Discuss our recent research releases. Okay, we're really excited about the top threats to cloud computing, Pandemic 11 deep dive. As you heard earlier, we've had some chapter involvement in that as well. So that's been a very popular release. We've also recently put out data loss prevention in healthcare, and both of those were created through our working group program, and there was chapter involvement in both of those. All right, every week our multiple new Cloud Bytes webinars are added to the Cloud Bytes channel. This week, our latest webinars, which are available to view on demand, are Evolving AppSec for Cloud Native Resilience, OpenCRE, Simplifying Cybersecurity Standards, Mapping the Cloud Control Matrix 4.0 to PCI DSS 4.0. And I'm proud to announce that we're launching the CSA Chapter Mentorship Program. And that's where we pair chapter leaders from more successful and mature chapters with chapters that are more developing or newer, or chapters that are just struggling or facing challenges in a specific area. We just need to identify which chapters are experiencing those challenges and which chapters have successfully dealt with them, and then pair them up. So if you'd like to participate in that, please let me know. We've already got a few participants. We're just going to start pairing them up with each other probably as soon as next week. As you see this badge over here, the blue and yellow logo here, each person who is a chapter leader mentor will get this badge to share on their social media and other materials. So if you'd like to participate in that, please let me know. We got a couple new chapters I'd like to announce are being formed. We've recently formed the Bahrain, the Maryland, and the Romania chapter. I see we have Larry from the Maryland chapters here with us today. But we also now in the beginning phases of creating new chapters in Sri Lanka and Azerbaijan. So our global community is growing fast. Please welcome all of our new members. Please let us help promote your chapter events. If you have a event that's coming up and you would like to have a little bit of promotion, please submit it to me and I will post it to our global events page, which does get quite a bit of hits. I have heard from a few chapter leaders that it does increase their attendance. So please let me know. I just need to know the date, the name, and the registration link. And this is intended for our public in-person or your virtual events, but it's not really intended for your regular, just monthly update meetings. Anything that you would generally invite the general public to would be a good idea for this. CSA's Circle community is a great place to meet with other chapter leaders to discuss things that are going on with your chapter or to ask questions of the community. Courtney mentioned earlier that there's a CCCT community there. Basically, all of CSA's social online community is at Circle. So if you want to see who's listed as your Circle chapter microsite admin, that's going to be here at this link. Who's your community forum admin, that's going to be listed here. If you need any support for this, if you need to update the admin or anything like that, please let me know. Just reach out to me and I'm happy to help. If you want to get involved in CSA research, as you heard from Satish earlier, they were involved in quite a bit of things going on that we had. Some of the research documents we were putting out. We have lots of these working groups, as you see listed here. There are 30 plus, and there's more being formed. We have 4 new AI working groups that are being started right now because that subject's really blowing up. So basically, I feel like there should be a lot more overlap between the working groups and the chapters. I feel like as chapter leaders, especially, you should all really be involved in at least one of these working groups. And I feel like all of these working group members should be in their local chapters. And I feel like a good way to get new members for your chapter would be to join these working groups and recommend that they join your chapters. And just a lot of times they just don't know that these things are going on. So sometimes you chapter leaders don't know about the working groups, and sometimes the working groups don't know about chapters. But really, the only difference between the chapter and the working group is the chapters are based on a specific geographic location, and their focus can kind of be a little more broad. Whereas the working group is not focused on that geographic location, and their focus is on that specific topic in that security field. So what you want to do is join the working group, let them know about your chapter, let them know to join your chapter, and then just participate in the working group. And when they put out those research documents and peer reviews and things like that, your chapter will be involved in that, and you will get that credit as well. All right, CSA Event Content Portal is a great repository from all of the things that take place at our events. So you're going to be able to see presentations, talks, things like that. And also you'll be able to gain CPE credits just by watching the sessions. So they got topics from digital transformation, vulnerability, risk management, zero trust, pretty much everything. So just check it out. It's free, and CPE credits just for watching. All right, we're working on some of the ongoing chapter projects. As you can see, the financial guidelines for chapters documents done. That should be out later this week. That will give you some idea of the best practices for the financial operation of your chapter. If you want to obtain nonprofit, things like that. We can't give you exact orders on how to do things from global due to liability reasons, but we can just kind of give you some tips and tricks and just best practices in general. So that's what that will be. Also, the chapter leader FAQ is being finalized this week. If you have any last minute questions or anything that you would like included on there, please reach out to me and let me know, and I'll get them in before that goes out. The chapter mentorship program, as you saw, has just been launched. We're in progress working on the chapter website section. That's what's going to have an interactive map where people would just be able to zoom in on the map and see which chapters are around them. There will be pins in the area where the chapter is. Clicking on the pin will take you to that chapter's either the circle page or LinkedIn page. That'll be up to the chapter leader. You'll let me know where you would like it to lead to, and then basically it will give a little bit of information will pop up about the chapter, which they can then click through and follow to your chapter page. We're working on getting set up some event in a box assets where everything you need to hold an event on a specific topic, like for example, zero trust, would be in one size fits all package for your event. Excuse me one moment. Okay. And now we're also working on the chapter AI translation program, which is not as important for this meeting as it is for our EMEA zone and our APAC regions. But basically what's going on is in the past, chapters were very active in helping and assisting CSA with translating our research documents from English into different languages. And it takes a lot of time. These things, it's not easy. It takes many, many hours to go through and translate this into another language. So what we're doing now is we're going to start on our end at CSA. We'll have someone from the Spanish speaking chapter will contact CSA and say, hey, we have interest in this document being in Spanish. So we would put it through an AI translation program, translate it into Spanish, and then we would just have that chapter go in and verify and do like sort of proofread and make sure that all of the grammar and information is correct and the translation went over correctly. So that we feel like that's going to speed up the process greatly. So if you'd like to be involved with that, please reach out and let me know. Okay, pretty much all the same odds and ends. Access to the Zero Trust Resource Hub can be found at this link. The 2023 Chapter Leadership Survey is at this link. And once again, this keeps me up to date on who are on your board, just so that when I send out these meetings and these updates and things, that I always have the most up-to-date information. You can access the Zero Trust and ZTech overview presentation here, which gives you a good overview of those. And next is the Digital Asset Repository. This is where you can find all your chapter logos, badges, and also any of the other things that CSA puts out that you might want to promote. Anything from LinkedIn, social media banners. If you want to share something about CCZT, all that stuff's there. The CSA mascot, the little orbit alien, all that stuff is all right there. So please check it out. And if it's not there, reach out, let me know, and I'll reach out to our design team and have them get it created for you. You can access the 2023 CSA chapter overview, and I'll let you know basically where CSA is at this time and where we plan to be over the next immediate future. And you can also provide feedback on the CCM. I still want to meet with each chapter leader. If I haven't met with you yet, please reach out to me after this call. Just send me an email and say, hey, Billy, we haven't had time to meet yet. And I will set up a time for us to just have a face-to-face where I can just hear about any challenges that your chapter is facing. Are you a good candidate for the chapter mentorship program, whether that be a mentor or a mentee? Just hear what's going on with your chapter and just let you know how we can support you and just, how we can work together. So please reach out to me if we haven't met yet. And I'd like you to speak at the next meeting. We had Satish join us today. We've had Shankar join us in the past. Basically, if you are a chapter leader of an active chapter and you would just like to join the call, be part of the discussion next month, reach out to me and let me know, and I'll give you the blank slides. You can create a few slides, add them, and present. I'm happy to have you. So please just reach out and let me know. And that's going to be pretty much everything. Do we have any questions? Otherwise, it's going to be a good day. Okay, great. Thanks, everyone. After this call, later today, the recording of this call will be sent out to you. The slides will be sent out to you. I'll be sending out a final CCZT prep kit as well, so you can take advantage of that. And if you guys have any more questions about the CCZT or anything you've heard today, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Courtney, that's cstiven@cloudsecurityalliance.org. And yeah, thanks. Our next call is going to be on Tuesday, December 12th. And thank you for joining and have a great day. See you next month.
Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Sarah. Bye.